Well, here I am. I'm still in the shop. It's still the weekend, and I'm on a roll. It's getting late, but I don't know. I'm just in a groove, so I'm going to run with it. So, anyway, check this out. So, my hacked in, temporarily permanent, possibly forever panel. I don't know. This one's all rusty and everything, too, but I went ahead. I was on a streak with painting, so I just fogged all that in real quick, just so if this car for some reason is going down the road, and I don't get around to that, we look pretty much the way we should be looking, pretty ratty. So yeah, I was doing that, and then I got looking, and I decided to open up this roof and see what we got going on here. Somebody has previously patched that, and it looks like, I imagine they probably just overlaid this, and then this just kept on going. So I went ahead and I'm making a little cardboard template. I'm gonna taper this end off just a little bit, but we're gonna cut all that out, and we're gonna throw in a slab in there. Then this little tab will bend down and it'll plug up that hole right there that should have something in it. So I don't know, but these are the quarter and this are the two major issues with this car. The whole trunk is another issue, but that's something that's like, I'm just looking at right now for the exterior. So I figured it's like, I should be able to knock this out before midnight. So I'm gonna give her a try. So anyway, let's attack this thing. All right, so kind of looking at this, we get pretty speckly up to, that's the last one. So I'm assuming this up in here should be kind of okay metal. I don't know. We'll know when we start burning into it if it's going to start exploding and doing whatever and blowing holes in it. But I'm hoping this is as thin as it is from here up. So I made my little piece. I'll slide her down into place here. So yeah, we're going up quite a ways up past. I'm about 3 inches past where that last pinhole is. So I'm going to make a little piece that's going to cut all that out and go up. And I'm kind of thinking I'm going to preform it so it sits on there pretty decently and already has a little bit of radius on it that it's going to need. It's not very much. And then I'm thinking I'm going to kind of tack down in the drip rail and get that in there. And then I can form this in and use it to kind of flow into the roof and start tacking those. And this is a big bubbly section, and I can kind of get in there and hammer and dolly, so that's a good thing. So big roofs and stuff like this, these huge seas of metal, they're definitely prone to want to warp. And then when you get the curves and all that stuff, again, that metal's been hammered and molded and everything, and it's going to want to do some stuff. So that's why roofs are a pain in the butt. A lot of people just don't even want to touch them, and I don't know. We'll see. We can make it or break it, but I look at it as like, I can't get much worse than what we got here. Worst case, I cut it all out and we do the old way and pack it full of fiberglass and Bondo. I think we can do better than that. So let's give this a shot. I'm going to go ahead and transfer this template onto this piece of metal and get it cut out and kind of shape it up here. All right, so there's my piece, and I was going to try and fold this tab over, but there's like a double lip right through here, and I don't know. I think I'm just going to cut this straight across, do this separately, and then make this little piece. Trying to bend and get all that to go where it needs to go is going to be kind of a pain. So, and then the roof, I mean, it's got just a tiny bit of arc to it, so this is just something I'm going to put over my leg or a piece of firewood or something, and just get that little bit of, just a tiny bit of curve to it, and then yeah, hopefully it'll just kind of lay in on there, and we can start cutting and tacking in. So hopefully this isn't a big pain in the butt. All right, so looking at this, this up in here is almost flat. It's got just a tiny bit of curve, but I'm not going to need much here. But as you get to the back here, and it'll lay down, but you can see it's fighting it a little bit. So I'm going to have to just kind of work this kind of almost as a triangle, just feather this in and then just bring it gradually out here. And I'm just going to bend it kind of over this piece of pipe and just kind of work it around until it wants to lay in there and be fairly happy. So I'm going to start smushing this around. Alrighty, it's getting pretty close. It's sitting there. We're a little bit a little bit high right on this edge here, so we'll bring that down. And so it's also got a bit of a curve there, so you're going to have a compound curve not only this way, but you also are hooking it around. And so I just set it on my floor, and if you don't have a shrinker or a stretcher, you can. I just took the pick end of this hammer and just started tapping along, and you can sand the little divots out on the other side. You're not hitting it hard, but each of these little dents pull the metal together and shrink it, and that's where now it's floating and has a little bit of curve to it. So I kind of got to flatten this end out right here going across and soften that arc a little bit, and I think we're pretty close. So yeah, let's get her flattened out a little and see what happens. All right, it seems to be laying in there pretty happy. That's all running right, just sitting right on top. So the only thing we got is this edge, if I can get my camera there, is floating. So we got to just roll this down just a little bit. And I think I'm going to do that the same way. I'm going to start back in here at the back of my hammer and just pick that so it just curls that just a little bit down. So let's give her a shot. So I grabbed a little piece of steel I had, and I'm just gonna, same thing. I'm just gonna roll that edge just a little bit. And the top of it's a little flatter, so but I don't know if you can see in there, but this is starting to hook around a little bit, so I'm going to go just a little bit more. Let's set that on and see what happens. I'm liking it. It's laying right down on that seam nice. This upper edge is good, and if I get a couple tacks in there, again, I'm going to cut this. I'll probably go ahead and cut this end first, and yeah, I'm going to cut these together, and again with my blade angled like I have on quarter panels and other things, and hopefully when I slice this, everything will just drop in, and we'll just start tacking, cooling, hammering, and hopefully we fix this. So I think that is as good as that's going to get. So also I am probably going to prime all the back of this, maybe spray a little paint, and then right where my weld edge is going to be, top and bottom, this end and that end, I'll put some weldable primer on there, so that'll seal those up. And you can get on in the inside of this, so maybe eventually it'll get painted or bedlined or something, I don't know. But at least we can get to this and seal both sides up decently. But until I get there, if this sits out in the weather, I want it to kind of be sealed up. So I'm going to go ahead and prep this thing up. All right, so the weld through primer's drying. I kind of got in this little channel here. Got all the rust and there's seam sealer and everything in there. I got that cleaned out up in there. And I'm going to set this piece up, trace it out, cut the pieces I need to cut while I can, and then we'll go ahead and start tacking and slicing. So I think that's the next step. Well, that seemed to go pretty good, and I didn't notice this really moving at all when I did cut it. I'm sure it did. They always do. But I did find a little hole in here, but I'm not going to get too crazy. I think I'm going to clean up around it, cut out some of that. I'm just going to slap a piece in there just to plug the hole and everything, and give it a little bit of structure in this corner. So again, you're not going to see it, but I'd like to put something in there because it was adding support and everything. So yeah, let's kind of do a quickie on that. Well, I'm trying to get this patched up without making too big of a can of worms. I got all the flaky, rusty stuff out of there. I'm not getting too crazy. I whipped up this little piece that will sit pretty much like that. I'm just going to overlay this thing, weld it in so it's got that structure, makes this corner and everything. Then once I get the other piece in, I can put my little filler piece in here, and we'll hopefully be done. So I'm going to burn this real quick and get it buzzed in there and sealed up, and then we're going to start welding this piece in. But it's getting late. I wasn't counting on this, but I should have known better. That's about as quick and dirty as they come. I'm going to grind this up a little bit, and I'm calling that good. And then we're going to get this piece at least tacked in tonight. So yeah, let's get on her. Well, we're all clamped in. It's fitting pretty nice, and I don't know if I'm going to get this thing welded tonight. I don't know why I started this late, but I don't know. It's already getting late, and I don't want to burn this in and then have to wait around, make sure nothing catches fire. So I may actually have to trickle this into the work week and button this up then. So I think for right now, I'm going to leave this thing clamped into place, and we'll buzz her up probably tomorrow. So yeah, I was hoping to get her done, but you know, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. But we definitely got some progress, so that's a good deal. Okay, I lied. I couldn't help but to start tacking this, so I don't know. And I had clamps all along there, and I welded in between. And then I just kind of been moving this clamp around and just getting everything nice and tight and dollying it back, getting all these spot welds dollied out and everything. And it's looking really good. So yeah, it's a nice, consistent. There's no step. No, it seems to be welding in, and so far I'm not noticing really any warping. So this down here is kind of a pain in the butt to weld down in the drip rail, and there's still a little rust and crust. Not the purest weld, so I'm probably going to have to do that a couple of times, but I don't know. We're going to keep on trucking. We are looking good. So we're almost done welding this in, and again, it's just been dollying and feeling and just going slow, but especially on this big panel, it's like all these curves going on. Everything's going to want to move all over the place. So just taking my time, and I don't know. I think we'll have her welded in tonight. So yeah, I'm going to keep on burning. Alrighty, so I made just a little tiny piece to go in this corner, and it's going to sit right in there like that. I'll have to do a little filler piece right here, but yeah, we're just gonna piece all this together and buzz her in there and grind her up. Finally, we are all welded in, so I'm gonna have to get in with a grinder and like Dremel or something, get in, clean that up. I'm gonna go ahead and grind all this up. I mean, it's looking pretty smooth, and I think it's gonna clean up pretty nice. So yeah, let's shine this thing up. There it is, all shined up and everything. It's pretty decent, really. I don't know, that's like kind of rust or something. It's not really a dent. But yeah, it's all, I mean, it's smooth. There's just a little bit, you know, where this weld is, but I'm good enough. Like when I do ever, if I ever go to mud this, it's not going to take very much. So, yeah, I think I'm going to finish my night, even though it is about 12:45. I am gonna paint this so I can get this thing out of the shop. But yeah, we'll seal this thing up and blend her in, and this thing will be almost as good as new. And there you have it. So it's hidden in there pretty good. I mean, if you look, you'll see it. It's in there, but it's got nice shape. It flows into the roof well. It's not all warped. And we got her blended in pretty decent. So I'm going to call that yet another win for this weekend. So I'm glad I pulled this thing in here and did this. Well, that's another win. So I didn't think I'd get that done. I wasn't even going to start on it. But I don't know. I was in a groove. So, but yeah, that's how I go. You know, if you're feeling it, go for it. I'm probably going to hate myself tomorrow. But anyway, this is crossed off the list. I can boot this thing out and I can get back onto my stuff for the week, you know. So I got to get on the Le Mans, I know. So, but anyway, this was fun all over the weekend, and we made huge progress. So I couldn't ask for any more. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and hopefully you guys got a little something out of some of these fixes. So you can do this stuff in your own garage. I'm not using anything special, so it may not be the right way, but there's more than a way to skin a cat, you know. So yeah, we're getting things done. So stay tuned for more.